Simple seasonal self-care, which takes 2 weeks and 5 minutes a day or less. So I would like to talk a little bit today about where we are in our seasonal natural health sort of situation. What can we do habit-wise and lifestyle changes-wise? What can we do with acupressure if this is the only tool you're going to use? What can we do with Colourpuncture if you have Colourpuncture tools? What you can do in general to support yourself, your health, and your entire life, the foundation of it, because this is a foundational period for the entire year in this moment of time. So first of all, where we are at the end of February and beginning of March, pretty much all months of March till about spring equinox, is the time when, according to Chinese medicine, we are coming out in our winter sort of sleep, really, really deep in period of rest, relaxation, and dreaming, and nourishing ourselves and conserving our energy, and into the young, which is spring, which is time for pure action. And interestingly, this is the most taxing period for human health for very many different reasons. So, what we can do? First of all, we need to look at nature and see what is going on. So, we have some first flowers, we have some crocuses, daffodils here in the UK, we have some wild garlic, we have buds on the trees already, waiting to open up with new fresh leaves. So this is a time in terms of our habits to slowly, very, very slowly, this is the key, to go from this totally relaxing and dreaming and conserving energy stage by stage, step by step, introducing more young activities such as waking up a little bit earlier, getting outside, checking in with elements more, getting into the sun more, no matter how little sun we get. It's important to get more sun. In terms of habits, also, we need to start looking into our winter habits and reduce them a little bit, or what was not very helpful. Too much time on the sofa, probably too much chocolate, probably too much of a rich food. So we need to, while still doing all this, because obviously this is the time we are still in winter time, rest and relaxation, and those habits are going to be here to some extent. We need to really see what works for us, what doesn't, and start slowly introducing more spring action-oriented habits in our life. So this is lifestyle. Generally, in Chinese medicine, winter is the time of water element and spring is the time of wood element, and water element feeds the wood. So if we don't have enough or good quality of water element, it is not going to support the wood come the spring, and so we will feeling tired and overwhelmed and full of like toxic habits and things, because one of the things with wood is massive detoxification, because it is ruled by liver and gallbladder, as opposite to water, which is ruled water element related to kidney and bladder. So what we can do simple acupressure, and one of the simplest points you can use for acupressure and Colourpuncture, or acupressure or Colourpuncture, depending on what you're going to use, is acupuncture point called bladder 23, and this is one of the back shoe points, so-called back shoe points. All back shoe points are points which are located very near the organs, in this case kidneys, kidney bladder system, and then also it addresses everything related to the organ, everything, deficiency, excess, every imbalance, every problem, chronic or acute, especially chronic when we're talking about back shoe points, it will address from this point. So one word of caution, this point is soft sort of contraindication pregnancy. So you really need to know what you're doing. It's better to avoid this point if you're pregnant or if you think you might be pregnant. So this is the only precaution. Otherwise, this is a fantastic, really great point. And it totally makes sense to make friends and learn and use this point a lot, because as we are getting older, our kidneys' energy are naturally declining. So we are going to need this point more and more and more with every year and with every winter to spring transition. So if you're going to do acupressure, you can do it with your fingers, or you can do it with palpator. In Colourpuncture, we have this palpator with a sort of sharper, not sharper, but sort of finer tip and a blunt tip. I would use blunt tip for that. Those are deep, nice points on the back. So how to find these points? The points are technically located about 2 finger widths from the spine, on the level of lumbar 2 to 3 transition, sort of lower part of lumbar 2 vertebra. And how to find it in practice. So it's nice to trace the line to your spine from the end of your rib cage. So with your fingers, you can go to the end of your rib cage at the back, and then you can go medially. You go towards the spine with your fingers until you locate the points, which will be about, about this distance from the spine. And then take a nice moment to relax your back muscles, relax your shoulders, relax your hands, which you're going to do some acupressure on bladder 23. Close your eyes and fine tune the location, because chances are those points are going to be tender. So what you can do with this, you can massage bladder 23 point with circular movements, about 1 minute to anything from 30 seconds basically to 30 seconds to 2 minutes. And while you are doing acupressure massage on those points, just contemplate a little bit on the name of this point. This is Sea of Vitality. Without going into too much details of what this fantastic point does, why we are doing it now, we are going to support the water element. So we're coming from the perspective of the entire water element. This is what we are doing. So you can ask yourself what it is that your water element does in your body, and what is your relationship with the water element. In general, water element and kidney bladder dislikes too much work, too much stress and chaos. And what it likes predictable and regular lifestyle. It likes rules and regulations. It likes rest, relaxation, and adequate sleep. That's what it likes. So see already where you are as you're massaging this point in terms of your water element, what it likes, what it dislikes. Second step, what you can do with this point, you can do Colourpuncture on this point, and you can use various media. And I would like to start with something really, really simple, because again, this is foundation of our self-care. This is simple and seasonal self-care. Kidney blood is also foundation of our health. This is energy we are given at birth. This is energy which is encoded in us, and this is the energy we have to spare during our lifetime, and we can use it wisely, or we can abuse the energies and it will run out quicker. So how to support bladder 23 and kidney bladder system and water element with Colourpuncture. We are talking about using green color. So when you are massaging the points, you probably notice that one of them is more tender. So now you go to this side and you treat your more tender point with green color in Colourpuncture. Green color in Colourpuncture is a color of balance. It's a general color for balanced health. It's a color for detoxification. It regulates so many things, and it does it very, very softly. So first, when there is tenderness, then there is what is called excess in acupuncture. So this side needs cooler color, green color, to regulate, to release the stagnation, to remove the pain, to remove sensitivity if there is sensitivity. And least sensitive point you treat with red color, and red color activates, it improves circulation in the area, it gives energy. So red and green is fantastic combination for bladder 23. And of course, Colourpuncture wise, you can use different other points. You can do kidney balls. You can do anything from function circle kidney bladder. We have a lot of treatments for kidney bladder and to support water element in Colourpuncture. But I would like to start with bladder 23 because this is such a great point. This is foundation. This is a simple self-care you can start with supporting your kidney bladder. Next step is Colourpuncture. Of course, you can use soul spirit colors, you can use crystal balls, you can use soul spirit colors as the next step in comparison with spectral colors, because red and green, they are spectral colors. Then next stage, you can use light green, which is divine feminine, and crimson, which is divine masculine. And then you can use this color as a next step once you saturated yourself, your points enough with spectral colors. And I wish you to really get to the point of saturation. For that, you need to do a lot of color puncture. What I suggest you do, you schedule 2 weeks in your calendar, any time between now and end of March, and you just every day do these points, just these 2 points, nothing else. Acupressure or acupressure plus color puncture. Massage is important. So even if you just go to do color puncture, don't rely to just on color puncture. It is going to have effect. It is absolutely going to support your kidney bladder system. But when you stimulate with massage, any points, but especially these deep kind of nourishing, nurturing points in acupuncture, what is going to happen with massage? We are waking up, we are supporting the energy, balancing energy movement, like reinvigoration of the whole system along the meridian first. Or in terms of shoe points, it's less about meridian, it's more about organ system as well, rather than just meridian, because it's not strictly speaking a meridian point. It is on the bladder, but it is on the bladder meridian, but it is not directly connected with kidney meridians. It's more to do with the organ, and it is located as any shoe points in a close proximity to the organ. So after that, you can also play with different media with color puncture, but this is subject to some further discussion, because this is the next step, the first step, and this is a step that you will benefit from repeating year after year, all during winter, and especially in this transition, because very often winter starts with run up to Christmas, and then Christmas celebration, and then New Year, and that excitement of January, when we are fresh of new plants and everything, and then we go on a little bit of a dip in February. And this period tends to get overlooked, and yet it is very important as a transition. So think of a slow transition from yin to yang in your life, with your practices, with your acupressure, with your color puncture in your life. And I would like to leave you with a question. Obviously, you will benefit from regular journaling, and especially journaling on your practices. So, for example, you do bladder 23 for a while, for 2 weeks, and it takes, as I said, it takes under 5 minutes a day, even less so if you're not using color puncture. With acupressure, it only takes 2 minutes. So, what worked? What didn't work? What did you feel? How did you sleep after your treatment? What kind of insights, connections, association came to you when you were relaxing, treating your bladder 23? So with all the practices, write them in your journal, because it will help you to see later what worked, and then you can repeat this healing, because it was once good, and chances are it is going to be good at some later point as well. So the question I would like to finish off with is, what part of your life, or what part of your health, or what part of your life and what part of your health are in the need the most of support, nourishment, and nurturing right at this moment of time? Obviously, year to year is going to be different. Which part of you, which part of your life, which part of your health needs support, nourishing, and nurturing? And what are you going to do about it in the rest of this transition time from winter to spring? So spend some minute after you finish listening to this video, and hopefully do your acupressure on bladder 23 and or color puncture on bladder 23. Spend some time just journaling, just doing the freestyle journaling, stream of conscious writing on this question. What part of life, what part of health, what part of you is in the need of most nurturing, support, and nourishment? I wish you every success with your acupressure, color puncture, and generally lifestyle self-care habits. And any question, reach out.